Hi guys, welcome to Chugging along. It's me, Sam.
And I'm Tim.
And welcome to our video and to our channel if you're new here. So first of all, I want to say a big thanks to everyone who left comments about our new logo. We're really glad to see it went down very well with everyone, which is great. And also, thank you very much for the comments that you left us about a greyhound as well. There was some useful information in there actually, which will help us. We can take into consideration when looking for our new furry friend.
Yeah, true. Actually, this sofa that I'm sat on now, we have now started to call it the dog sofa, just because we've started to get so excited and we can really imagine it now, can't we?
It's designated dog spot, basically. We've had a bit of a change of plan, unfortunately. Doesn't happen that often. We already had a video lined up for you that we were going to film today. We had the topic and all the points that we were going to cover lined up. But unfortunately, we've had some unexpected drama, which means we've had to change that, and we thought we'd film what was going on right now for you instead.
We finally have our very own clickbait moment. So yeah, exciting.
So I guess we should say where we are right now. So we're currently at Shiplake Lock, which is just outside of Reading, and we're on the River Thames. So for anyone who's been watching our videos from the beginning, you might be wondering why we're on the River Thames at this point in time. And we haven't necessarily been very upfront with all the plans that we've had.
Well, because we've been changing them quite a lot as well, because we haven't been sure, yeah.
They've changed quite a lot. So basically, we're going to come clean with all the change of plans that we've had and what the situation currently is.
So this is the time of year for boaters where you have to start thinking about winter mooring, or at the very least, winter plans. So our very original plan was to go to Bristol for winter, so we picked up the boat, left the marina in summer, and we were making our way down there. However, when we left on our journey, we learnt some things. We learnt there was going to be quite a lot of fixing up works on some of the locks, or just on some of the parts of the canal. We thought that maybe that wouldn't be a great idea.
Yeah.
So we sort of changed our plan, didn't we?
Yeah, well, we didn't want to get stranded, because we didn't want to get stranded on a stretch of the canal where we would be in between two sections that were getting worked on at the time. And some of the works they do on the canal can take up to 3, 4, 5, sometimes even 6 months. Yeah. So we thought, okay, we have to be a bit more... we have to think about our plans a bit more and maybe change them a bit as well. But I guess the question is, what is winter mooring?
Well, yeah, why do people do it? Yeah, winter mooring is when it's very cold outside. A lot of people don't really want to move the boat that much, so a lot of people stick their boats in a marina, or they effectively rent a bit of the canal towpath just to keep their boat still. A lot of the locks and canals are being fixed up, so there's a lot of stoppages. And yeah, I guess it's just you want to sort of be cosy and hibernate, don't you? That's what boaters do.
Yeah, pretty much.
And this is our first winter, and we've ultimately made a mistake.
Our first change of plan was that we weren't going to go to Bristol for winter mooring. So instead, we started thinking about other places that we could go to, and London came up as an option. I've got family in London, and Tim also has friends in London, so we thought it would be a good opportunity to go down there and spend a few months in the city just catching up with everyone. We managed to find some moorings in Hayes, in the town centre, that looked quite suitable, which for us then meant that we'd have to leave the Ken and Avon and go back onto the Thames in order to then go into London to connect into the Grand Union, where Hayes is. Unfortunately, that didn't really go to plan. Or it was going to plan until the last couple of days.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, there's been a lot of rain and storms which have happened in the last week. And it's just basically meant that the river has become a lot more faster in its flow than what would usually happen around this time of the year. So we've been advised that we actually can't really move our boat any further. We got to Shiplake Lock and we thought we'd be able to go a bit further on, and we've been stopped.
So we were meant to take a whole week to go from Reading to Hayes. We had booked it off work. Everything was ready for us. We went to Decathlon. We bought some new life jackets. And
so prepared.
yeah, we were so prepared for this journey to get there. There are boats that go through, but usually not narrow boats because they're not really designed for sort of fast flowing rivers. This is one point in life when you can't really go with the flow, isn't it?
I suppose you can't really.
Yeah.
You don't want to, I think.
And that's effectively, this is a race against time as well, because there is also lock closures and fixing up works going on a bit further down the Thames closer to London. So if we didn't get there in time, we went all that way there, didn't get there in time, we'd have to come all the way back. So we just thought and just decided, to stop that, didn't we?
Yeah. And it wasn't a decision that we made very lightly, but in going through everything and working out what the situation currently was and what our options were, we felt it would be the best decision to make. But unfortunately, it does mean that the much eagerly anticipated part 2 of the race...
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, me and my brother, part 2, cancelled for now. I assure you that I will get the revenge on my brother.
I suppose with London mooring not happening anymore, what's the plan? What are we going to do?
Yeah, what is the plan? Yeah. Well, luckily we are quite good at making decisions on a whim and not very well thought through. So yeah, this is the exact type of thing that we are good at. So our backup plan is to go back on the Kennet and Avon. We are just one lock away from Reading, which is where that canal starts, and we are going to continuously cruise between Reading and Hungerford for the next few months.
Yep.
So yeah, if you ask us the question, what's our plan for winter mooring? Now the answer is we're not doing it, we're continuously cruising. So, on our first winter as well.
First winter as well. So, as Tim said, we're now going to be continuously cruising on the K&A, and it wouldn't be a chug along video without us going through the good points and the bad points of having to change our plans so quickly and so dramatically. So I suppose the first bad point is that we really wanted to go to London, and obviously that's not going to be happening anymore. I've got family there, and Tim's also got some friends there, and I've got friends there as well, and we wanted to have the opportunity to spend a good few months there catching up with people and spending some time there. So it's a shame that we have to rearrange that and not really be able to do what we wanted to do there. Can you think of any other bad points?
Well, yeah, another bad point is we effectively lost out on £176 because we couldn't cancel our first month's mooring in November for Hayes because we were too late to phone up to say we can't make it. So, yeah, bit of a bad point, but listen, that's life, isn't it?
They give you a 14-day notice period to actually cancel a month's mooring, and we were just too late. I think we called up one day before the mooring was actually due to start, so we were well out of time. Well, I suppose the first good point is that we did manage to save some money. It wasn't all doom and gloom. So like Tim said, we missed out. We had to pay out for November because we were too late to actually cancel our month's mooring for November. But we could cancel December and January and get our money back because we were well in time for the notice period for those 2 months. So we have managed to get some money back for that, which is quite good, because I don't think we would have wanted to have lost out.
No, we didn't want to lose out on that.
So thank you, CRT, for that.
Yeah, I guess another good thing as well is that we know the stretch of canal already, don't we? So we're going to be continuously cruising, but we've just been on that stretch, so we sort of know the good mooring spots, the facilities, things like that. So that's another good thing. Yeah,
absolutely. Another good point is that that part of that canal actually is very close to the Great Western Railway, so it's quite easy for us to get on trains that take us straight into London, so we'll have the opportunity to do that.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so Sam, with us continuously cruising in winter, what do you think the challenges will be for us?
I think I'll throw up some new challenges. I think one of the main challenges we'll have will just be continuously cruising when it's a lot colder. We haven't done it like that whilst it's been that cold, so there are certain things that will be a lot harder. So using locks, for instance, if it's very frosty, for instance, if it gets very cold overnight, it might be more difficult using the locks and also pushing lock gates. Just generally moving things around when it's colder, I think, would be quite difficult. Or even getting the motivation or the energy just to move when it's that cold.
Yeah, we want to be in front of the fireplace.
Exactly. That would be hard for us, I think. Can you think of any other challenges?
Well, yeah, I guess the Kennet and Avon Canal in general is famous for not having that many facility points. So yeah, places to fill up our water and whatnot. So yeah, that is always a challenge, but we know where they are,
Yeah.
so yeah, we just have to tactically plan. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have to be quite organised about where we actually do our stops and where we actually move the boat to. I think you're right there.
Yeah, because it's a big town, Newbury, right? Massive town. Doesn't have any CRT facilities at all, which is just unbelievable, really.
There are quite a few places like that on this stretch, or on the K&A stretch, actually.
Yeah.
I think another thing that will be quite challenging for us as well will also just be the fact that it's getting darker a lot earlier.
Yeah.
So I think we got quite used to it when it was in summer. You know, we could start our cruises a bit later, not too late in the day, but you know, we could probably start a cruise maybe about 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning, and knowing that we could still be cruising up till 6 o'clock in the evening, and it would still be quite light and quite warm. Whereas now it's getting to winter, earlier cruises in the morning, which means waking up a lot earlier.
Yeah.
So that's something we'll have to get used to as well.
Yeah.
I think.
That's what we wake up quite early anyway these
We do
days,
now.
don't we?
I think our body clock's adjusted very well to this narrowboat life, I'd say.
It's an old school way of life. So you just wake up when the sun rises and you fall asleep when the sun sets. Yeah.
Or when the voltage on the batteries tells you it's time to go to bed and turn all the lights off.
Yeah, pretty much that.
We
Actually,
do that.
we're still slaves to gadgets, aren't we? Yeah,
Exactly.
Let's not pretend it's some sort of historical thing. Yeah.
No. So whilst there will be a lot of challenges that we'll be experiencing whilst continuously cruising in winter, one thing's for sure is that it will be something, hopefully, that will be quite rewarding and quite exciting for us, and there'll be a lot of firsts whilst we're continuously cruising through winter, and that's something we want to take you all on that journey of us continuously cruising. So we will make sure we can document as much as we can to let you know how we're getting on, to make sure that you know we're keeping warm and safe out there on the canal.
So we've got a few challenges coming up in these next few months, but there's one thing that can always get you through hard times, and that's a little known thing called music, baby. Pull the rope, crank the windlass, walk to the next lock, push the lock gates open and jump on the boat. To push the tiller bar, you must be really strong. Now everyone together, we must keep chugging along. Whoa, we must keep chugging along. Yeah, we must keep chugging along. Now everyone together, we must keep chugging along. Okay, so yeah, thank you very much for watching this video all the way through, and you haven't clicked off that. Yeah, if you've got any questions, any comments, please leave them below. And remember, no matter what you do in life, guys, you have to keep chugging.